Let's run the pre-flight, please.
Oxygen, tested 100.
Tested 100%.
Navigation transfer and display switches. Normal, auto. Window heat on. Pressurization mode selector auto. Flight instruments.
Check.
Parking brake.
Set.
Engine start levers.
Cut off.
Per-flight checklist complete.
Good evening, Dallas Clearance. United 1738 has information Foxtrot. Ready to copy IFR to O'Hare.
United 1448, heavy Dulles clearance. You still have an open flight plan. Please be sure to close that one first via the new flight button.
I guess we got a restart. Let's try it one more time. Dallas Clearance, United 1738. Information Foxtrot, ready to copy IFR to O'Hare.
This is what the ATC audio.
United 1738, cleared to O'Hare via the Buns 3 departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain 3000, expect flight level 34010 minutes after departure, departure on 125.05, squawk 5431. And I know it's not what you filed, but you can expect runway 19 or left.
Clear to O'Hare via the Buns 3 departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain 3000, expect flight level 34010 minutes after departure, departure on 125.05, squawk 5431, expecting runway 19 or left. United 1738.
United 1738, read back.
Got the sit-up for you.
Ground on 121.625.
Contacting ground on 121.625, United 1738.
Ladies and gentlemen, Welcome aboard United Airlines Flight 1738, traveling to Chicago. We kindly ask you to take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, please feel free to reach out to any member of our crew. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and we hope you have a
Let's go
pleasant
over
journey.
the departure briefing, please.
Sure thing, Luis. We'll be departing from runway 19 left. We'll be flying the Buns 3 departure with an initial climb clearance to 3,000. Transition altitude is 18,000. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile, climbing to flight level 340 as cleared. Weather at departure shows no significant issues. In the event of an engine failure below 400, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climbing to 3,000 before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. We've been cleared as filed. Squawk code is 5431, and departure frequency will be 125.05. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 144 knots, VR is 149 knots, V2 is 155 knots, flaps 5, DTO, flex 53 Dixie. We'll climb out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
Roger, thank you. Before start checklist.
Before start. Flight deck door closed and locked. Fuel pumps on. Passenger signs on. Windows lock. MCP.
MCP set.
Takeoff speeds.
Takeoff speeds 148, 149, 153. Set.
Rudder and aileron trim.
3 and 0.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Anti-collision light on. Before start checklist complete.
Thank you. Dallas ground, United 1738, requesting pushback and engine start.
United 1738, push and start.
Airport diagrams up. Push and start approved. Tail west, United 1738.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear. Release parking brakes, please.
Copy ground, brake released.
Commencing push. All engines clear.
Cabin attendants, armed doors, and cross-check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard United Airlines Flight 1738, traveling to Chicago with an estimated flight time of 90 minutes. We ask you to pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration, as it contains important information even for our frequent flyers. Please fasten your seatbelts by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and pulling the strap to tighten. The seatbelt must be fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Return your seatbacks and tray tables to the upright position, and open your window blinds for takeoff and landing. Mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode, and larger devices should be securely stowed. Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes are prohibited anywhere on board, including the lavatories. Oxygen masks will drop automatically if needed. Pull the mask firmly, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Life vests are located under your seat. Put it on and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. Floor-level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which may be behind you. In case of evacuation, leave all personal belongings behind and follow crew instructions immediately. If any electronic device becomes hot or catches fire, please inform the crew
Please set parking
right
brakes.
away. The safety information
Pushback
card in your seat
approved,
pocket
ICR
contains
648.
all details. Thank you for your attention, and we hope
Brakes
you
up.
have a pleasant flight.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Copy that ground, we'll be watching for the pin. Okay, ground, the pin is visible. Thank you for the guidance. We will see you next time. Bye-bye. Good engine start confirmed. Before taxi checklist.
Before taxi. Generators on. Probe heat on. Anti-ice AS required. Isolation valve auto.
648 ready to taxi.
Engine start switches continuous.
Corsair 648, runway 19 left taxi.
Recall.
Bravo, Juliet, Juliet 1.
Runway
Check.
19 left taxi via Bravo, Juliet.
Auto brake
Juliet
RTO.
1, Ice Air 648.
Engine start levers.
Idle detent.
Ground, American 2856, taxi to the gate.
Flight controls.
Checked.
2856, taxi departing Juliet 7 Delta Zulu Alpha, Alpha 1.
Ground personnel and equipment clear.
Yankee 7, Delta Zulu Alpha, Alpha 1, American 2856.
Clear.
Before taxi checklist complete.
Dulles ground, United 1738, requesting taxi.
United 1738, runway 19 left taxi.
Got the ground chart for you.
Juliet, Juliet 1.
Runway 19 left via Echo, Juliet, Juliet 1, United 1738.
Ground Delta 847, taxi departure.
Approaching
Delta
runway
847, taxi departure.
19 left.
Charlie.
Yankee 7 Charlie, Delta 847.
Dallas Tower, United 1738, holding short, runway 19 left.
United 1738, Dulles Tower, runway 19 left, line up and wait.
Runway 19 left, line up and wait. United 1738.
United 1738,
Clear on the
runway
approach.
19 left, winds 190 at 4, fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 19 left, cleared for takeoff. Flying runway heading. United 1738.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff.
Copy, Captain. Cabin is secure and crew are taking seats now.
On runway 19 left remaining. 1,100 feet.
Takeoff. You're up. .400 feet.
United 1738, contact Potomac departure on 125.05.
Contacting Potomac departure on 125.05. United 1738. Potomac departure, United 1738. Good evening, climbing through 1,500.
United 1738, Potomac departure, radar contact,
Flaps
climb and
one.
maintain 10,000, maintain present heading, direct ice when able, then own navigation.
Climb and maintain 10,000. Present heading, direct ice when able, then own navigation. United 1738.
Flaps up. The simulator is doing a very good job depicting the wildfire smoke that's coming from Canada. So a lot of these parts of the country are low vis as a result. Command A.
Potomac departure, Brickyard 5704, 5.
After takeoff, checklist.
Brickyard 5704, Potomac departure, roger.
After takeoff. Engine bleeds on.
Skymaster 262,
Pax
contact
auto.
Washington Center on 133.9 or 75.
Landing gear up.
Switching to Washington Center on 133.9 or 75.
Flaps up, no
Skymaster
lights.
262.
After takeoff checklist complete.
Thanks.
Potomac departure, Brickyard 5704, 3000.
Brickyard 5704, Potomac departure, roger. United 1738, climb and maintain 12000.
Climb and maintain 12000, United 1738.
United 1738, contact Washington Center on 134.5.
Contacting Washington Center on 134.5, United
10,000.
1738.
Dear guests, we are now in the air and on our way to Chicago. Use of electronic devices.
Washington Center, United 1738. Good evening, climbing through 10,000 for 12,000.
United 1738, Washington Center, good evening, Warrington, altimeter 3003, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Altimeter 3003, climb and maintain flight level 200, United 1738.
3003 set.
Approach 1111, flight level 300.
Up to 1111, roger. Up to 1111, direct enter when able.
Direct enter, thank you, up to 1111.
Delta 11, when ready, descend and maintain flight level 310.
Flight level 350, flight level 310, Delta 1011.
American 7257, climb and maintain flight level 400, report level.
Climbing flight level 400, American 1757.
American 1757, when ready, descend and maintain flight level 310.
Moving for flight level 310, American 1757.
American 2554, 6000.
American 2554, Washington Center, roger. Speedbird 23, direct taxi table.
How do you direct? Speedbird 23.
American 1637, continue descent 14,000.
Leaving for 14,000, American 1637.
Rick Air 4502, descend and maintain flight level 220.
Down to flight level 220, Rick Air 4502.
American 2554, continue climb, flight level 240.
Up to flight level 240, American 2554.
Standard set, custom flight level 130.
Climb and maintain flight level 280. United 1738.
Street 671 at flight level 310.
Street 671, roger. Good evening, sir. Street 671, climb, flight level 320. United 1738, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340. United 1738. Indianapolis Center on 132.825. United 1738.
level 190, Delta 1322. Speedbird 196, good evening, sir. Southwest 2711, descend flight level 310 at your discretion.
Descending to flight level 310, Southwest 2711.
ABEX 441, continue descend flight level 220.
Descending to flight level 220, Abbott.
Southwest 2711, descend and maintain flight level 280, expect lower shortly.
Leaving for flight level 280, Southwest 2711.
Speedbird 196, contact Nvidia center on 125.425. Good evening. Frontier Flight 1832, continue descent, flight level 250.
Leaving for flight level 250, Frontier Flight 1832.
Southwest 2711, descend and maintain flight level 260, expect lower shortly.
Descending flight level 260, Southwest 2711.
Southwest 2711, climb and maintain flight level 320, report level.
Leaving flight level 300 for flight level 320, Southwest 2711.
Indianapolis Center, EAPS 1057 with you at flight level 340.
United 1738, contact Indianapolis Center on 128.775.
Contacting Indianapolis Center on 128.775, United 1738. Indianapolis Center, United 1738. Good evening, with you flight level 340.
United 1738, Indianapolis Center, good evening.
cargo south 185, descend and maintain 15,000.
Descending 15,000, cargo south 185.
Alpine Air 518, climb flight level 200.
Flight level 200, Alpine Air 518.
Up to 1057, climb and maintain flight level 360.
Climbing to flight level 360 up to 1057.
Turkish 5, descend and maintain flight level 400, expect lower shortly.
Flight level 400, Turkish 5.
Up to 1057, descend and maintain flight level 300.
Flight level 300 up to 1057.
United 1738, contact Chicago Center on 126.325.
Contacting Chicago Center on 126.325. United 1738. Chicago Center, United 1738. Good evening, at flight level 340.
United 1738, Chicago Center, good evening. contact Indianapolis Center on 128.075.
128.075. Good evening, Alpine Air 518.
United 1738, cleared Watson 4, rod transition into O'Hare. When you're ready to begin your descent, descend and maintain flight level 240.
Cleared Watson 4, rod transition into O'Hare. Descend and maintain flight, level 240, United 1738.
Are you ready for the approach briefing?
Sure, Luis. Let's go over the approach briefing. We'll be arriving in Chicago O'Hare on runway 28 center using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the Watson 4 arrival. Transition level is 18,000 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 28 center. Weather at arrival shows winds 240 at 6 knots, visibility 10 miles, few clouds at 12,000 feet, and scattered clouds at 25,000 feet. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 5431 and approach frequency will be 133.625. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 142 knots. Once on the ground, we'll be taxiing to gate E17. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
Copy that. Let's run the descent checklist, please.
Pressurization set. Recall.
Check.
Auto brake set. Landing data. Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist complete.
Avionics 263, continue flying flight level 240.
Leaving flight level 200 for flight level 240, Avionics 263. Alpine Air 518, 18,000.
Alpine Air 518, roger. Good evening, sir. Alpine Air 518, descend 14,000 at your discretion.
Leaving for 14,000, Alpine Air 518.
Avianca 263, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Up to flight level 280, Avianca 263.
United 1738, descend and maintain 18,000 feet. Altimeter 29903.
Descend and maintain 18,000 feet. Altimeter 29903. United 1738.
Southwest 138, Chicago Center, good evening. Southwest 138, when ready to descend and maintain flight level 330.
Down to flight level 330, Southwest 138.
Delta 27 with you, flight level 320.
Delta 27, Roger, good evening, sir. United 1738, contact Chicago, approach on 133.625.
Contacting Chicago approach on 133.625, United 1738. Chicago approach, United 1738. Good evening. Flight level 190 for 18,000.
United 1738, Chicago approach. Good evening. Expect the ILS runway 28 center approach into O'Hare. Verify information Golf.
Expecting the ILS runway 28 center approach into O'Hare, United 1738.
United 1738, noted. United 1738, descend and maintain 12,000 feet.
Descending and maintaining 12,000 feet. United 1738.
Two 903 set.
United 1738, descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. United 1738.
Chicago Center, Delta 1268, 5,000. United 1738, descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. United 1738.
Delta 1268, Chicago Center, identified, continue. United 1738, descend and maintain 6,000 feet.
Descending and maintaining 6,000 feet. United 1738.
Chicago Center, American 3008, 2000. American 3008, Chicago Center, roger.
Chicago Center, American 689, 2000.
American 689, Chicago Center, roger, good evening. United 1738, turn left heading 275, descend and maintain 3,000 vectors for the ILS runway 28 center approach. Left heading 275, descend and maintain 3,000 vectors for the ILS runway 28 center approach. United 1738. Chicago approach, Delta 2108, 4,000. United 1738, expedite your descent to 3,000. Expediting descent to 3,000, United 1738. Delta 2108, Chicago approach, good evening. Chicago Center, good evening. Delta
Approach
2108, 2000.
checklist.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are
Delta
now beginning our
2108,
final
Chicago
approach
Center,
into
good
Chicago. Please
Say
turn
again,
all
please.
electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Kindly put your tray tables away and ensure your seats
Approach.
are in their full upright position. Please fasten
Altimeters, set
The
Boo
weather in
29er,
Chicago
Niner
is
1.
warm with a temperature of 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Our assigned gate is gate E17. Thank you for your cooperation and for flying with United
29er,
Airlines.
Niner 1. Set.
Approach checklist complete.
United 1738, turn right heading 275.
Right heading 275, United 1738.
Chicago approach, Polaris 7730, 4000.
Polaris 7730, Chicago approach, good evening. Chicago approach, Alaska 538, 4000. Alaska 538, Chicago approach, roger.
Chicago Center, good evening, Polaris 7730, 2000.
Polaris 7730, Chicago Center, roger.
Speed 180 knots. United 1738.
Flaps 1. Cabin crew, seats for landing, please.
Copy, Captain. Cabin is secure and crew are taking seats now.
Flaps 5.
United 1738, 8 miles to Saigon, maintain present heading. Descend and maintain 2,300 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 28 center approach.
Maintain present heading. Descend and maintain 2300 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 28 center approach. United 1738.
United 1738, contact O'Hare Tower on 120.75.
Contacting O'Hare Tower on 120.75, United 1738. O'Hare Tower, United 1738. Good evening. On the ILS runway 28 center approach.
United 1738, O'Hare Tower, roger. Continue approach runway 28, Charlie.
Flaps 15, gear down.
United 1738, runway 28 center, reach 230 at 6, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, runway 28 center. United 1738.
Flaps 25.
United 1141, hold short of runway 10 left.
10L holding short, United 1141.
Glide slope alive. Missed approach height 4,000 set. Flaps 30. Landing
United
checklist.
1141, hold short of runway 10 left.
10L holding short.
Not clear what you said. Say again. Landing. Engine start switches.
Continuous.
Speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Dawn 3 green.
Flaps.
30 green light.
Landing checklist complete.
Thanks. Manual flight.
Approaching runway 28. Center. Approaching runway 27. Left. Caution! Caution!
United 1141, hold short of runway 10 left.
10L holding short, United 1141.
Speed brake up. Reversers
United
normal.
1141, hold short of runway 10 left.
Holding short of runway 10 left, United 1141.
Manual braking. 60 knots.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay,
welcome
to clean up.
Chicago. Did you know that Chicago is home to the world's first skyscraper? Thank you for flying with United Airlines. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of your flight crew, thank you for flying with United Airlines. The local time is 12:09 a.m. If you have a connection, please listen carefully. Flight 235 to New York,
United
departing at
1141, hold short of
6:15
runway 10
a.m.
left.
from gate F12.
10L holding short, United 1141.
Departing at 6:30 a.m. from gate G15. And flight 471 to Miami,
United
departing at
1738,
6:45
welcome to
a.m.
O'Hare,
from
exit
gate
at Charlie Charlie
H20.
Avago,
Approaching
contact ground on
runway
124.125.
Center.
Exit at Charlie Charlie if able. Switching to ground on 124.125. United 1738. O'Hare ground, United 1738. Good evening. Cleared of runway. Ready to taxi to the gate.
United 1738, O'Hare ground, taxi to gate E17 via Papa Zulu Alpha, Alpha 7, Bravo, Alpha 6, taxi lane Sierra Echo. Have a good day.
Gate Echo 17 via Papa, Zulu, Alpha, Alpha 7, Bravo, Alpha 6, taxi lane Sierra Echo. United 1738.
Alaska 538, give way to the United 737 on your right.
giving way to the United 737 Alaska 538.
Legacy 7 Hotel Charlie, cross runway 27 center.
Crossing 27 center, Legacy 7 Hotel Charlie.
ABEX 397, cross runway 27 center.
Crossing 27 center, ABEX 397.
Ground, Aeromexico 682, taxi to parking.
Aeromexico 682, taxi to parking via Papa 1, Papa Zulu Alpha Alpha 14, International Terminal Apron Taxel A&E.
Papa 1, Papa Zulu Alpha Alpha 14, International Terminal Apron Taxilane, Aeromexico 682.
Approaching runway 10.
United
left.
1738, cross runway 10 left.
Crossing 10 left, United 1738.
Clear?
Ground, American 689er, taxi to the gate.
American 689er, taxi to parking via Papa 1, Papa Zulu Alpha, Taxilane Yankee Center.
Papa 1, Papa Zulu Alpha, taxi lane Yankee Center, American 689er.
Aeromexico 682, cross runway 10 left.
Cross 10 left, Aeromexico 682.
APU on the bus is shutting down number 2.
American 689er, cross runway 10 left.
Cross 10 left, American 689er.
Okay, 2 blue, 1 red, engines dead. Shutdown checklist.
Shutdown. Fuel pumps off. Probe heat auto. Hydraulic panel set. Flaps
Up.
parking brake.
Release for chocks.
Engine start levers.
Cut off.
Weather radar.
Off.
Shutdown checklist complete.
Thank you. This flight gives us an opportunity to look at the new Chicago O'Hare Airport by Inibuilds with a night environment. Earlier today, my first flight was departing from here on a PMDG 777 in the in the mid to late afternoon. So we got to see some of the airport. I think the performance coming into Chicago this evening was flawless. I didn't capture any stuttering, any pausing. We have a full traffic feed from say intentions. I have all my details set to max as well as my graphics settings, either ultra or max texture sizes. So it seems to be working really well. The only thing I disable for performance purposes is really the default flight sim traffic, be it airplanes or ground equipment, ground personnel. I really don't need them. We have a very good traffic injection here with say intentions. We have our own ground support if it's GFX or the vehicles that come with PMDG, so there's really no need for anything else. But everything else that I have is pretty much maxed out, so it's working really well. If you missed the daytime tour of Chicago, we can do a quick nighttime tour here.
November Victor 6, Victor 7, International Terminal Apron, taxi lane 8, taxi lane 5 center.
This is one of the last flights of the evening. From now until about 6 a.m. it's going to be mainly cargo flights coming in and out of here. You can see from when I had the flight bag pulled up with the airport charts, you can see how huge this airport is. I mentioned during the first video. We have 6 parallel east-west runways, 2 parallel northeast-southwest runways. Inibuilds did a great job with the exterior details of the airport as well as the interior ones. So if you want to sneak into the terminal, you can see all those details. Let me get some speed on our drone camera here, because if I use a default mode, it's going to be very slow to move around. So I'm going to use chase plane, and that's going to help me move my drone a lot quicker. So we'll get max speed on the drone and move around a bit. So we're in the United Airlines area. Yes, let me unload my crew here. It's midnight, so everybody needs some rest. So we can see the B and C gates here. The C gates is satellite terminal, which has an underground walkway. So we can just get close here and look around. So that American Airlines Embraer should be over in American Airlines, the Kilo Lima gates, hotel gates as well. You can see the Hilton Hotel there, you can see the control tower. I'm gonna move away from United towards American Airlines, so here we go. So right after this gate, we should start seeing some American Airlines traffic. Yep, here, there they are. A lot of the aircraft on the international side of the airport, we're going to go to the M gates in a few minutes, in a few seconds here. A lot of them are going to Europe. They already left, but there's going to be a few aircraft, like the Ethiopian Airlines aircraft you just saw, that have some later flights. But they'll be the very last departures. So we did one of the last landings, and those will be doing some of the last departures as far as passenger operations are concerned. So yeah, there is a Ethiopian, should be a 777 or a 787. Let me get close, or instead of 350. Yeah. Gonna get a little close here, and it's okay. It's one of the Ethiopian 787s. That's the one that goes to Rome and continues to Addis Ababa. Well, especially on the outbound, they gotta stop in Rome for a fuel stop because Addis Ababa is high. I think on the way back it's straight to Addis Ababa. I could be mistaken. It's hard to keep up with the schedule changes. And naturally, there's going to be some Middle Eastern flights, so the Qatar flight is still here. It should be departing pretty soon. It's a couple of Qatar and some United Airlines probably going to be heading to Asia from here. It also could be one of those late European arrivals as well. There's a lot of frequency for European flights. I just have to check the schedule. What else? As we move around, again, this is kind of reinforcing what I said. I'm using the drone camera to pan around here. And it's very, very smooth. I want to check out the cargo area real quick. It should be busier this time of the evening. It should be getting really busy between now and sunrise. There'll be a lot of departures and arrivals. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, it looks pretty robust here. We got some Atlas air traffic. This is UPS gates. I think there's some double parking there, so I'll double check to see if there's any other traffic programs on, but I don't think there are. Yeah, there's a few double parked UPS planes, unless Inibuilds is offering a few static aircraft. I might have to check that to see if I have to turn it off. But this is pretty realistic as far as the amount of cargo traffic this time of the day, or this time of night. Let's see, are there any other Chicago highlights? I can just pull up a little bit, just again, to give you an appreciation of how big the airport is. We landed on 28 Center, which is where that American Airlines bird is slowing down right now. Here's 28 left. Over there is 22 left. And if we go to the northernmost part of the airfield, we'll see one of the newest parallel runways, which is 09 left, 27 right. There's the American Airlines hangar. I recognize a lot of these landmarks just from flying in and out of Chicago, mostly for connections. So here's the northernmost parallel runway. And again, if I'm not mistaken, it's one of the newest runways. There used to be a couple of parallel 1432 runways here that became taxiways. I'm assuming the logic behind that was for a more optimized flow of traffic. But again, when you have 6 parallel runways in 2 directions and 2 other parallel runways in 2 other directions, that's going to require some very good synchronization by ATC. It's one of the busiest airports in the world, so it's a hub for UA and AA, United and American, so you can imagine how busy it gets. And here's the other cargo area here. If you're not familiar with Inibuilds, they included a couple of Airbus models as defaults for the sim, such as the 320 Neo, 321 Neo. But also they just really got into scenery. And plus I bought their Payware A350, which is an excellent aircraft. And they're about to release the A380. But their scenery, I mentioned during my first video review in Chicago, that once Inibuilds announces one of the world's major hubs, and you've seen their products, Hong Kong, Dubai, Doha, Abu Dhabi, Heathrow, Los Angeles, JFK, Hero, O'Hare, Dallas, Fort Worth. When they announce a hub, they turn it around within a couple of months. So they have a very broad bandwidth for airport development. They're very good about updating airports. I'm sure this is version 1.0 of Chicago, so it's probably gonna have a few bugs they gotta update. I haven't picked them up, but I'm sure there's a few bugs. But they'll do it very fast. Let me see if there's any other things I can think of here in Chicago before I shut down.
55 doors closed, ready for push and start.
And we should be all set. But yeah, big, huge kudos to Inibuilds. And before I stop the video, let me do one thing real quick. We'll get back in the flight deck. And I'm gonna put up the chart one more time just to give you an appreciation of how huge this airport is. We can either maximize the moving map here. Let's just do it from the arrival chart. You can really get a sense here. We are parked here in the echo gates. There is our aircraft icon, and I can just zoom out a little bit, and you can see this is a huge airport. It's incredible. So yeah, if you're considering a purchase for flight sim, O'Hare was really needed. The last O'Hare that I bought was the FS Dream Team. I mean, FS Dream Team did a great job as far as getting it on Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 as soon as that simulator came out. So late 2020 or early 2021, FS Dream Team had already converted their airports for FS 2020.
Cross runway 10 left.
Of course, the problem is 6 years have passed, layouts have changed, especially here in Chicago. I mean, I was flying on this out of this airport or taxiing into this airport using the FS Dream Team version, and then I'm trying to read my charts. Some taxiways don't exist anymore or have been changed. So it was really hard to navigate the taxi instructions because you'd be running into grass, those kind of things. So now with this layout, we are up to date. I hope Inibills, if they're going to continue to do international hubs, I hope they do Houston, because Houston also belongs to FS Dream Team, or FS Dream Team is the only developer that made Houston so far, Houston Intercontinental Airport, which is also a United Airlines hub. So hopefully Inibills tackles that one as well. From what I understand, FS Dream Team is fully dedicated to GSX. So I don't foresee them making any more scenery unless they change their mind. Let's see if there's anything else. This is the view from the tower using the chase plane.
Runway 28 right taxi via
And yeah, I'll leave it here. Thank you as always for watching. I'm gonna do a few more flights in and out of Chicago, and I just want to test those dual jetways. It's gonna be the first airport, or it is the first airport with a dual jetway capability. You install it from the Inibills manager. Right now, it's compatible with all the aircraft Inibills made. I was trying to use it earlier today with the PMDG 777-200, but I noticed that a user in the PMDG forum mentioned is working with the 300 ER, the 777-300 ER. So I'm gonna try it tomorrow. I think that's all, like I said. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon.